spectacle.
Never surrender. From out-of-work actors.
By the sons of Warvan, I shall avenge you.
To outer space heroes.
You will save us.
We are actors, not astronauts.
DreamWorks Pictures invites you to bravely go.
Hi, little guy.
Where no comedy has gone before. Tim Allen, Sigourney Weaver, Galaxy Quest. Rated PG. Starts Saturday, December 25th everywhere.
The blackest eyes, the devil's eyes.
You will suffer an eternity for this.
I don't know about that, but welcome back to 0 Point Reviews. We got a very special start time tonight, and we got a very awesome guest joining us tonight. We got Moxie, as we're going to talk about Galaxy Quest from, Christmas Day, 1999, December 25th, everybody. So for a Christmas movie, I'm not exactly sure how well this worked out, but it did work out as a very fun and homage to classic Star Trek. And my God, I'm sure there's some memories here for all of us. But as we get started, make sure everybody you hit the like button on the way in. Greatly appreciated. Share and subscribe. Comment in the chat. Comment down below. Love to interact with everybody. And on that note, Moxie, thank you again for joining us. How you been doing lately?
Thanks for having me back. It's been a while, and thanks for adjusting the time to accommodate me in avocado land. I've been a bit under the weather, so my voice may be a little cracky. So I'm depending on you guys to hold it down. But happy to be here talking about one of my most favorite movies, 1999. That's crazy.
I know. I was like,
like
no
not long
way.
ago. But yeah, this movie is definitely in my top 10 of just fun films and just like comfort movies and very quotable. I still quote it in my daily, and I don't care if people get the reference or not. It's for me.
Damn straight. And do you have a very first memory about this movie at all? Like, did you see this in theater? Was it VHS? What did you see?
I did not see it in theater. It was a Blockbuster rental at first. And it was one of those movies at the time, kind of like Rat Race, which I also really enjoyed, that it just seemed like the people around me hadn't watched either one of them. And I thought they were so funny and great. And I grew up watching Next Generation. And so like the member berries, harkening back to Star Trek and TOS and all that. I didn't grow up on TOS. I found an appreciation for that later, but I understood enough of the references, like catching random episodes of TOS at home, to appreciate what Galaxy Quest was doing. And it was great. It was Galaxy Quest, and more recently the Orville, are the best non-Star Trek adaptations or homages, that better than anything officially labeled Star Trek has happened in the last 20 years, in my opinion.
That's a pretty apt description, and that's fun to hear. And Kevin, how about you? You got a first memory of this? What do you think?
I remember seeing the previews of the Rock Monster. Like that's what they showed on like Conan or Leno. And I remember saying, okay, that looks pretty cool. And months went by and I didn't see it. And I'd just moved down to Riverside, California with my roommates. So I was like a baby out in the world for the first time in the armpit of fucking California. And Riverside sucks ass. And again, Blockbuster Video. Yep. The IE. We brought it home from Blockbuster, and I want to say, so I was 19 at the time, maybe 20. And I was just beginning my alcohol phase, and I was really enjoying White Russians, which I still do. And we watched it, turned it on, and I thought it was, I thought it was going to be, I didn't know what I thought it was going to be. Like, trying to be Star Trek. I didn't know how meta it was going to go away, Ray. I didn't know how lifelike it was going to be. And my glasses hurt me. It was hysterical. I remember it vividly. For as much as we were drinking, my roommate Rich and I, we were just fucking dying laughing. We'd never seen anything so creatively funny as this movie at the time, because we both loved Star Trek. And I'd watched, oh gosh, all 3 incarnations at that point, which was, well, I guess 4 if you include the cartoon. The original series, TNG, and then Deep Space Nine. So, I mean, I liked all of those. Those were the shows that I really liked. I haven't liked Star Trek beyond that. But I want to say Galaxy Quest is probably my third or fourth favorite Star Trek movie. Like, it might be right up there with, the Voyage Home. Fuck it, it's hysterical. You can't watch it and not smile. And it's fun because it's also reminiscent of the TV shows that Star Trek inspired. Like, we're watching Sequest right now, and Sequest is just Star Trek underwater. It's the same shit. It's a little bit more family friendly than even Star Trek was, if you could believe that, but it's kind of the same thing, and it fits with this. And you kind of watch it like, man, if you could think of these actors looking back 20, 30 years ago and being like, yeah, we're on the convention scene. It's very much like watching that. So, I think this gets better the older you get. If you saw this young and you're watching it 20 years later, you're going to be like, wow, now that I've been to the cons and I've seen TV shows that were live, and now those shows are long canceled and those motherfuckers are on the con circuits, like Galaxy Quest, just each, decade you're alive gets a whole new special definition of what kind of movie it is. And that's one of the things I think really stands out about it.
Good point. For me, I saw this not opening weekend. I think I saw it the weekend later, due to like family commitments. I was still in college back at this time, and so it was about the weekend after that. I used to have my movie tickets. I used to keep like all of the printed movie tickets until probably about 2008-ish, and then I don't know what happened to them due to prior relationships and things of that nature. But I enjoyed seeing it in the theater. There was not many people in the theater, but I do remember everybody was having a good time who was in the theater. I want to say it was about like maybe half full. Everybody seemed to be having a good time. I was having a good time. I kind of knew we were getting into some sort of like a spoof sort of thing, and it really isn't much of a spoof, actually. But it's enough self-referential information and callbacks and homages to, to Star Trek and a lot of other shows. I kind of look at this as like some other shows that are short-lived, shows that never went more than like a season, 2-3 seasons, that a lot of actors would then go onto the convention circuits, like has been mentioned. And then you kind of wonder, like, how close to home is this? Because it just kind of makes you wonder a little bit. Like, there's such the nuances with the romance behind the scenes, the stage actor who's like, I'm better than this. I'm not going to say that damn line one more time.
And continues to do so because the show must go on.
That's how you get him back on stage. He's like, I'm not going to do it. Hit that damn line.
Would you?
His Richard III joke was a direct joke, or was a direct jab at Patrick Stewart, and I fucking loved that.
They had fun with it. Was this movie considered a bomb for the box office? I hadn't looked up the figures.
I don't think it was, but it wasn't exactly a huge success.
Yeah, like you were saying, like there weren't many people in the theater. I didn't see it in theater. I remember the commercials mostly, like you said, the rock monster being the most
Yeah.
memorable thing in the in the trailers. But yeah, like one of my other favorite movies, Clue, was deemed a total like bomb in the box
Oh,
office,
God,
but
yeah.
it's a cult classic, and Galaxy Quest is also definitely a cult classic. But yeah, it's great. They had
Well,
such amazing casting for this film. That was another thing that was great as far as like Tim the Toolman Taylor, because Home Improvement was still popping in the early mid 90s. My dad was also named Tim, so he always like quoted Tim Allen on lots of things. And so like my dad specifically, he wasn't very much a sci-fi guy, but because Tim Allen was in it, he watched it and he laughed his ass off. So it was a great like bring different genres together, and the cast, Alan Rickman, amazing. The fin-headed monstrosity that he was.
Yeah. Let's see. On a budget of about 45 million, domestically it did 71.5. Worldwide total $90.6 million. So it definitely went over its budget, and it did make money then. I just don't.
Okay.
I think they really wanted to see it hit like 100, if I remember right. But they consider this a win. I don't
Nice.
think they put too much thought towards a sequel based on the numbers, but this is a movie that absolutely does not need one.
I'm glad they didn't do a sequel. I loved it so much. I wanted more, but at the same time, it's like leave it in its perfect peace. I love it. It's great. Stop.
yeah. You
It
hit a
ran for
home
5
run
months.
and just mic drop and go home.
Yeah. Not
Did
everything
it
needs
really?
a freaking sequel, but eventually we would get the Orville, like you brought up, Moxie, and that carries forward a little bit of Galaxy Quest, but it carries its own identity pretty
Mhm.
sufficiently to not be like, oh, they're just ripping off Galaxy Quest. No, they're
No,
not. It's a totally different
very
style show.
different. Yeah. And what's funny about the Orville, not to go to the Orville territory too much, but what it seemed like they were trying to spoof on Star Trek at first, and then it just became a Star Trek show.
Yeah. I still need to see
Well, that's what I
the
thought.
third season, but I know there's a fourth one on the way, so I'm kind of like
Is there?
holding off.
I thought they were done.
I thought I heard that they were doing a
I
fourth.
believe you. I'm not informed.
I will have to look into that. But
Well,
I have not seen the third
I want to
season.
see
I
it
heard it
just
got a
as
little
Scott
more
Grimes is-
serious. So, all right, Kevin, let's slide on into the good.
The good. Well, we've already been talking about it. This cast is fucking phenomenal.
Oh my God, it's
Like-
perfect.
There is no one in this movie, not a single person where you're kind of like, they suck or they're not memorable. No, everyone in this movie brings something to it, and it just heightens the flick. And when you get a whole bunch of superstars together, you get egos conflicting, you get budgets conflicting, which is almost the same thing. But then you get shit. Okay, for example, Tommy Lee Jones trying to overact Jim Carrey in Batman Returns got really fucking old, even from the audience's point of view. It's fucking terrible. That didn't happen with this. This cast got along really well. This cast knew how to bring the funny, and they did throughout the entire thing. And each of them change. You see them back in the 80s, and then you see them now. And their characters are the same, of course, but have different mannerisms. And it's really, really interesting to watch because you pick up certain things each different time you watch it. I saw something different just this last time that made me go, oh goodness, that's not okay.
I had a similar experience the last time I watched it, and this is like my sweet summer child coming out. I'm like, I did not realize that Tech Sergeant Chen was high the entire time
Yes.
that he was transported out, and he's like totally chill and vibing, and he's got his alien girlfriend and stuff. He's high the entire time. I don't know how I missed that in however many dozens of times I've watched this movie, but the last time I watched it, I'm like, oh my gosh, he's not just quirky, he's literally high.
Yep.
his little
Yep.
squint that he does, but then he's like he's got the munchies, so he's like, oh, everyone wants some snacks. It's like, oh, I don't know why it took me so long to get that one, but yeah, the last rewatch, I'm like, that's brilliant.
I loved his
Brilliant.
cheese and crackers as they were going down the ship the first time. I'm like, somebody got a case of the munchies. I never noticed that before myself. It's like, I don't, for some reason, I do not remember that scene like at all. Him dipping the crackers into the cheese. I'm like, I love those things, but my God, I don't remember that being in this movie.
Okay.
So that I always picked up on because, again, I'm kind of a pothead. But what was new for me was noticing in the 80s, he was Asian.
Yeah.
In the 2000s, in the 90s, he's not. And I'm like, oh no!
Sergeant Pen was supposed to be, and that's kind of the play on back in the TOS time period where, I mean, Yul Brynner with whatever role he was playing, it's like, or Ricky Ricardo, you know, oh, I'm a Spaniard this day, or I'm an Egyptian prince this, you know, next week. Back in the day, they would just be like, okay, just squint a lot. Now you're the Asian guy. It's like, so it was a play on the time period where it didn't matter. You didn't have to be the ethnicity of the role you were playing. You just had to squint real hard. Tech
Oh,
Sergeant
sure.
Chen.
And I thought,
Great.
wait, let me see this. Did they? I thought they actually made him an Asian person that got plastic surgery to look white. And I was like, oh, that
I
is
believe it was
so
just
fucked up.
makeup,
Yes.
eyeshadow,
Yeah.
and
No,
eyeliner.
no. Because it wasn't Tech Sergeant Chen. His
Chen.
real name was Chen. His real name was Fred Kwan. So they had him have plastic surgery to look white.
Is that the historic canon? Oh my God.
I noticed that last time. I was like, Kwan?
Oh no.
Oh shit. I was like, that's fucked up.
Sergeant Chen.
Proudly not sponsored by Hostess.
Very kind of you to join us, Lady Moxie.
Oh, that messed me up. But he's Tony Shalhoub's character, Tech Sergeant Chen, was just fucking delightful throughout the entire thing. Because you're right, he's completely unfazed. No matter how weird shit get, he's like, let's take it for what it is,
This
man.
was
It's cool.
right before Monk came out, right? So
Yes.
like we had seen Tony Shalhoub as the pawn shop owner or worker in Men in Black. And then I didn't really know who he was except for like, you know, secondary characters or like side characters. And this was like, for me, my first like introduction to him is like, oh, he can hold his own. He's hilarious. And then from there, I enjoyed Monk, the series, but yeah, this was kind of like my first real introduction to Tony Shalhoub. He's great.
Mine was
He's
Wings
hilarious.
because he was
He
a
is
secondary
brilliant.
character in that.
Oh my God,
and
I forgot he was in
hilarious
Wings.
in that.
I watched Wings with my mom growing up.
Yeah.
I
So-
skipped Wings and watched Bob Newhart. I don't know what the
Oh.
fuck that was about. Right.
No, Wings was a good
I
one for
don't
him.
have good
It's
taste.
basically like some like Woody Harrelson in Cheers, you know. It's like, oh, you
Mhm.
could see that there's some sort of talent there. It's not until they kind of move on to something that gives them a meteor role and then they flourish. And all of a sudden they got a career for decades. So and Tony Shalhoub's character was fantastic. One of my favorite parts of his is like, yeah, we're having a little trouble down here in the engine room. We don't know what to do.
Sparks
Just, like,
flying.
cracking up. He's the only one who's not freaking out as the three in the background are just like, oh my God, we're all gonna die.
The aliens are like flying across the room. Great.
Yeah, so good.
What do you
Speaking
guys
of the
think we should
aliens in
do?
this, speaking of the aliens in this, the CG is amazing considering 1999.
Yep.
Like when I first watch it, I'm like, is this practical effects? Is this CGI? It was, I think, a little combination of both.
Yes.
Um,
Mhm.
it messed with my head
The-
the first time I watched it because I'm trying to
ILM.
figure out.
Yeah.
But it holds up even now, and it holds up better than a lot of the CG stuff that we've seen in the last 10, 15 years. It's crazy.
I watched on my 4K and I'm like, holy cow. I always thought the special effects were really good. They looked amazing in 4K.
Mhm.
And that's a tribute to ILM because they had just gotten fresh off of doing some Star Wars stuff. And it's like, yo, that's brilliant and beautiful. It's one of my favorite parts about the movie. It actually gives the movie a lot more cred when it's being in
Mhm.
its
Yes.
realistic phase as opposed to its old 80s science fiction phase with the
The
original
historical
show.
documents.
The historical documents, yeah. Which the amount of work they went through to do that was insane. And I appreciated that watching some of the behind the scenes because some of the cast and crew were like, they went a little beyond the realm of need to make it look like old school sets, which they apparently shot only in just a couple of days.
Amazing.
Spray paint that cardboard. Bring me Ed Wood.
Yep. And foam rocks for everybody.
Beryllium
Foam rocks.
spheres.
Beryllium spheres, which I always thought were the goofiest thing. And it's funny how even the beryllium spheres look the same as they did in the old show and in the reality that we were in. It's like, are they predicting the future or what's going on?
You know, this movie really just tells you just go with it.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Don't think too
really,
hard.
yeah, like just it's almost like the MST motto, you know, really just relax. It's just a movie. But if you just give up that little bit of suspension of disbelief, the fact that the hard action sequence that these 4 actors have to do is just roll a ball from point A to point B is fucking hysterical. Like
Yeah,
that's really
it
all
is.
you guys have to do. Sure, there's big rock monster in CG, but all the actors really have to do is just roll this ball from point A to point B. I'm just kind of like,
Is there air? You
that
don't
is
know.
so cool. Yeah.
And just
Is
start
it
breathing.
is it foam?
Seems
Is it
okay.
empty?
Miners, not miners. There's so
Miners,
many
not
Oh
formulas.
god,
miners.
that fucking killed me.
Yeah. I don't this was the first time I ever had the subtitles on and it didn't click with me until I wouldn't say this time, but the previous time I watched it, it kind of made sense, but it cracks me up now. A lot of good dialogue and writing in this. I don't know if they really did any sort of like improv with any of the lines. Most of the actors don't on things unless it's like the 12th take and then somebody says, go ahead, come up with something new if you want. Just to see if it works.
Just go with it. What feels
Yeah.
right? Kind of like when
It can't-
in the Masher scene where Sigourney's character says, "Screw that." It's obviously an overdub because her mouth is saying "fuck that." Every time I'm like, "Wait a minute, that's not what she said."
Yeah, at
That
one
always
point
cracked me up.
Tommy gets dubbed over at the beginning too when he's swearing. That's some bullshit or that's stupid. Like, nah, I saw what he said.
That
The only real full swear word was Sigourney's line. They were like, that was specifically written for a reason, but the studio didn't like it because it bumped the rating up. And so they had to redub it for that reason. And apparently there is no original cut that they could include on a DVD or anything that people could then watch it like that. I think it's funnier this way, honestly.
It's funnier. It's great. Just like leave it alone. Leave us all wondering and like looking for things. Like you don't need, and this is one of those examples of a time when the films, they don't need to overdo and over explain and give them what everyone's wanting. Leave people wanting more. That's a good thing. Like,
Yes.
we
Save
don't
the
need to see
techno babble.
like
I
we
mean,
want
it
more
hurts.
materially. Not and do we really, in that we've seen what Hollywood has done to sequels and all of that, and it's like, you know what? I wanted more, but I'm glad they left it alone because there's too many other properties that have been totally ruined by
Yeah.
new ideas and modern takes and say, no, just leave it alone. It's great as it is. I was thirsty for more, but you know what? I
The
could just
first
rewatch the same film. It's great.
Yeah.
the first 4 Star Trek movies are like an evolution of quality. It goes from crap to fucking fantastic. Like,
And then
you
it
know,
goes
sometimes that magic happened, and then it went way downhill really fast
Sharp cliff.
Mhm.
and did not really recover.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think they even talked about maybe possibly doing a TV show at one point too. A lot of these were all like
Really?
rumors. Whether they were actually in development or not is another question, but I'm glad they didn't
I'm
do
glad
any
they
of that
didn't.
either.
Yeah. Something else I liked about this movie in the earlier sequences is it shows their real life and how,
Yeah.
you know, they were super duper popular, but then it shows how like humble their lifestyles are, except for Captain John Quincy Taggart. Taggart. But like, you know, you have you have Sigourney's character with her condo and she's in her robe and it's this, you know, decent modern like modest living. And you have the theater actor, Alan Rickman's character, just struggling constantly. It's like he's the type of character, the thespian, that's always going to be struggling because he's never going to be happy with his own craft and also seeing success and then, you know, the downfall of it in pop culture. And then you have the other guys. They're just getting by. And then you have Tim the Toolman Taylor, Tim Allen, um, in his Hollywood Hills, you know, mansion overlooking the ocean because he's
Fancy
taking all these other
pool.
Mhm. And he's excluding them, and then they wanna, like, get in on it to be relevant again and get money because they're stuck, right? Either they've been typecasted or they're washed up and all this. I love that kind of look behind the scenes of a washed up actor or actress from a time gone by, and then they're just like, "We need the gig. He's gonna keep this away from us. We gotta get in on this." I love that kind of, like, the 360 look at, you know, from stardom and all the things, and then the downfall, and then also like the struggle, and also this, like you said, as far as like the actors and the characters kind of like butting heads because they're all strong characters within themselves, beyond the fact that the actors portraying them are all strong characters. It's so beautiful. There's so many layers to it, and it's just great. I'm so glad that they were able to cast these people. I was surprised that they actually were willing to do kind of like a spoofy movie, all of these amazing actors. But it's just so fun.
Yeah.
And the Apple Mac commercial kid, he was relevant at the time. They put him in there. It was great. The classic nerd character. So it's
Oh,
like
yeah.
Bobby Long.
breaking that other wall to the fan base and including them in the story. That was a lot of fun too. At least he's
Yeah.
outside.
Yeah, it's a good base for the whole movie is to give you know, a little bit of reality to like what most of us lived with for years is like, what if your favorite TV show suddenly became real? How would you react? And having like the Justin Long character, and then young internet at the time, we got a code red. We need everybody on deck and
They all get
calling
on
up
their
everybody
TeamSpeak.
maps and the timing on the machine, and they're watching the old historical document, and they're going 1, 2. You get these jumpers are going like bang, 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 bang.
Super slow. I would be remiss if I did not mention also the downfall of Captain Taggart's ego at the con, right? So he's in the bathroom and he hears these douchebag punk kids making fun of it. And so he
Yep.
has this like questioning of himself and like that portion of it, the emotional, like, oh wow, the super egotistical, confident dude, he's hurting. And it's like, ouch. That scene in particular where he was so excited and he's the showman, and then he's just like signing, flicking the photos, signing, flick the photos. That was, and it was so impactful that the people on his panel were concerned, even though they also think he's a douchebag. And
Yep.
it's gone to his head. they're actually super concerned for him because
Yeah.
he loved the fans. He cared about the fans. And you know what? He's out. He's not acting like himself.
Yeah.
He's not acting like that douchebag showboat person anymore. Now he's disregarding fans, and that's not okay.
No. And that
And
was
then
the
the next
perfect
time they see him,
crescendo.
he's like, "I've been to space." And they're like,
Yeah.
"Are you okay?"
Yeah, that was the perfect crescendo transitioning from that particular opening sequence of the movie to then now we're getting into the true science fiction aspect of Galaxy Quest and the real situation they're about to get thrown into. And I think that's what makes the movie work so well is that first like 25 minutes ish is all about the characters, setting the groundwork.
Mhm.
It's basic story and Act 1 101. This is how you set up your movies, especially when you're introducing, okay, there's a lot of familiarity here, but we also have a new set of characters, a new situation. Everything's brand new to most of the audience watching. You got used to the characters. Everybody is now officially at their lowest point. The second he goes back to Earth, after he's like, wow, this looks kind of real.
His
I'm
tidy
not yawning
whities.
officially. That was part of the line. And then he gets shot back to Earth. And the second he lands after being transported back, which was great visual effects sequence as well. The second he gets back, it's like, oh crap, I got to tell everybody. And then they all think, oh, he's drunk again. And then all of a sudden, well, he's never going to ask us to do another gig like this again if we don't do this. Like,
He's
wait,
gonna
you
leave
think he's
us
talking about a
out.
gig? And then it's off to the races. And it's like, that's the perfect setup for the whole movie. And
Mhm.
in the making of documentary that I was watching, they actually mentioned the studio didn't want him to do it for that long. They actually wanted that shorter and they fought against it. And kudos to them for winning that fight.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
That was so great because I appreciate it too. As much of an ego as Captain Taggart had, he was willing to like do these gigs of like cardboard setups in somebody's
Yeah.
basement.
That
And he thought
sounds
it was
like
just gonna be
something an
another
old
one of
Trek
those,
actor would do.
right? I can imagine William Shatner like taking up some of those gigs here and there. I'm not gonna slander him, but also, you know what? I wouldn't be surprised. He's like got his like Dr. Pepper, or Diet Coke, or whatever, and he's on his way to like a 20-minute gig in somebody's basement. Willing to do it for the craft. It's great.
He strikes me as the type of person that's been wearing adult diapers for years, decades, decades.
Oh no.
Yeah. I don't like him. Anyway, I'm going to digress.
Okay.
Welcome to 0 Point Reviews.
What'd you think of the music?
Oh, cheesy as fuck, but it was perfect. Like the music that they had for the TV show was hokey and cheesy, just the way a TV show would and should have been at that time.
A
The
proper
rest of it
theme
was
for a
all,
TV show.
yeah, the rest of it was all really exciting, and you felt like you were watching a movie in your time. So, like, everything was really well fit together. And I got to say, before we jump ahead to the next aspect, which I don't think we should do for a while because there's not much to it.
Talking about the bad about the movie, that there ain't much there.
Yeah, there's not much to talk about there. Guy, Sam Rockwell,
Guy.
fucking
Sam Rockwell.
kills me in this fucking movie. Like I remember.
I don't even have a last name.
Yeah.
Crewman number 6, right?
I couldn't fucking stop laughing the first time I saw. I still can't fucking stop laughing when he says that. You didn't even know my name.
Him screaming at the sight of the octopus aliens when they're out of their form. I don't know what it is, but I mentioned the rat race earlier. There's something about the way that they would have male characters scream, and Guy had one of those screams that just like sent me. I was dying.
So primal.
And it was delayed.
While everybody else is still standing there.
Everyone's pissed their pants.
Interstellar space travel, and the goo comes off, and everyone's just shaking there. And then he just lets out this scream. It's great. I don't recall ever seeing him prior to this movie, so this is my
Me
introduction.
neither.
And then like seeing him in anything else after that, I was like, it's Guy.
Well, I see him in like, what is it, Iron Man 2?
Did,
And I'm
Iron
like,
Man, yeah.
oh, that's the guy? Oh my god, it's Guy.
When did Green Mile come out?
Oh, was he in
might
that
have been
one?
after this? I think so, yes. Let's see.
Because I still have not seen that one.
I haven't seen Green Mile either.
Okay, I don't feel so bad now. Every time I tell somebody
Oh,
that,
dude.
they're like, oh my god, you haven't seen that one?
Ew.
It's pretty goddamn good. Let's see. Poltergeist was caca. All right, 1994. Let's see here. The Soup, Happy Helen Night, Ninja Turtles, Head Thug. I remember that. Yeah, Ninja Turtles was the first time I saw him.
He was in Ninja Turtles? What was he?
At the beginning, where they're showing the Foot Clan's hideout for the first time, and he's showing the new kids around, and the kid's like, "So you got any questions? You got any cigarettes? Regular or menthol?" He's the regular or menthol guy.
Donatello's my
Nice.
favorite. Don't judge me. I appreciate
Donatello
brains.
lady. There you go. I'm a Michelangelo guy.
Very uncredited. I like Leo. I like
There
swords.
you go.
First Donatello, then Leo.
I'm not a Raphael guy.
I like.
He's a little too rash. He's a little too, I don't
Yeah.
know. I appreciate the spirit,
too
but
rash.
also
I need to
Sorry.
get those movies. Oh,
I want to
I
get.
only
I'm
like the
sorry.
first two.
I want to get Raphael on the show. I want to ask
Do
him
it.
Scott to come on and guest one night.
Well,
Ken's
when we do the
awesome.
movies,
Yeah,
we know a
like
couple
I got
people.
to tell him about me knocking myself out trying to impersonate him, because Ken was
Oh.
also the fellow chucker, the guy that when Mikey and the foot soldier were getting into the nunchuck battle. The actor who plays Raphael, Ken Scott, was also that actor in the foot soldier costume doing the nunchucks. And I wanted to be that guy so fucking bad when I was a kid. And I got like oak style nunchucks, and I damn near knocked myself the fuck out.
That'll learn you.
But I got to tell Ken, I'm like, dude, I knocked myself out trying to be you. It was so cool. Learn not to do that though.
That explains a lot of things that have affected you for years.
There's a fair amount of truth to that. Yes.
Knock yourself out again. Now, is there anything else you guys like about the movie that you would like to talk about?
Okay, so one of my most quotable lines is from eons ago when I was a police dispatcher. And a lot of my job as a police dispatcher is repeating back information over the radio to confirm, I have one job on this ship. It's stupid, but I'm going to do it. I said that so many times when I was dispatching, like not on the air, obviously, but afterwards. But because I had watched that movie so many times, it was so like always relevant to me. Like I found myself repeating back the radio, and it's like, I'm doing it. I'm repeating the computer. Oh gosh, it's this movie's so great. The good in this movie, like everything to me is so good in this movie. The villain, The practical
Oh.
CG effects on the villain,
Yes.
so good. He looks like the wife of one of my former bosses, Doreen. Very much similar, like sneer. But yeah, I mean, it I don't know. I don't know how you're gonna have the bad segment of this this stream because it just to me, there's nothing I dislike about this movie.
Well, we try and find something, if
Oh,
anything.
I dare you.
No, that's so quotable. My favorite is freaking Alan Rickman. I grabbed Thaw's hammer. What a savings.
What is
Yes.
He had it with such disdain in his voice that he was
It
doing
was-
another
Anything
story opening. That it
like
just it cracks me up every damn time. This
the
movie puts a
apathy,
smile on my face every time.
right? Even the apathy
He
is
felt so
comical.
belittled.
Yes, he's take me seriously. I'm a stage actor and I'm this and I'm that. And like even the times of apathy, it's comical. The artistry and being able to make these moments understandable, relatable, respectable, but also funny as hell. It's
Yeah.
great. And what's great is you see so much character development for all of these characters that were supposedly already established in their own time. They're developing their own way and why, because they're experiencing it in real life now, that it transforms them into the characters that they were playing in the first place, but with more meaning. So like when Alan Rickman's character, he resents his character that he's been playing for decades. He resents it. But it's also his lifeline, which also makes him resent it. It's the only thing he's got going for him because he's washed up. But then he meets this young alien who idolizes him. And then he kind of like adopts him. And ultimately that alien dies with honor. And he just like goes full psycho and into it. To my Grapthar's hammer, you will be avenged. He gives a whole speech that he hates giving because he has grown this and developed this relationship with this sweet summer child of an alien who has reviewed the historical documents and developed this reverence for his character.
Yeah.
And so he leans into it, and that becomes him at that point. His hair's coming out of his fins, like all the things. It's such a beautiful moment, and so this movie is great because it does offer you this widespread range of emotions from this is funny, this is cute, this is sad, to this is so sad. Like you're crying over the blue, the blue blood coming out of this alien's mouth and the bad haircuts, and the autism of these aliens is amazing. I knew a guy from England. I'm like, oh my gosh, he had the widow's peak. He looked like, I can't remember the name of the alien himself, but the one with the widow's peak. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's Paul. I know him.
Oh my god.
But yeah, like the representation or the chosen facade of these squid aliens to have a look, it's very autistic. But yeah, the beauty in this movie is that they do, it's not just a comedy. It's not like a Naked Gun, like slapstick,
Right.
in your face comedy all the time. It is a wide range of emotions. The drama is there, the heartfelt moments, the romance develops like from on screen and like the tabloid pages type of romance of the past to actually developing a relationship between Sigourney Weaver and Tim Allen's characters, and it offers such a variety of emotions that I think that's one of the things for me makes this movie so great is that they do it all, and to me seamless. It's great. Like it's a roller coaster, and you don't even care how they got there, but they do it so well.
How long even is this movie? Because it flies. It's so
like an hour and a
enjoyable.
half.
Let's see.
Yeah, like I have it open. I should fucking look. No, I don't anymore. I have Sam Rockwell's IMDb open.
An hour 42 minutes.
It certainly
Yeah,
doesn't feel like it.
No, its runtime is really good. They could have made this longer, and still been just as enjoyable. I don't think that would have taken any enjoyment away whatsoever.
Well, if they put the deleted scenes back in, it would have maybe dragged a little too much. But most of the scenes that they cut out were well worth it, except for the one at the end, when they're at the Omega 13, and Sigourney Weaver's costume goes from slightly zipped up to slightly zipped down. And they cut that up because she seduced one of the Ceres soldiers in order to buy time to set off the Omega 13.
They
I
cut
vaguely
that?
remember
I
that.
forgot about that deleted scene.
Yeah, I actually rewatched that scene last night for the first time since like the old DVD days, because I used to just watch it on. I've been watching it on Blu-ray for years, and I never watched the deleted scenes. Watched them all again last night, and I'm thinking that's the only one that actually clears up a little bit of a consistency between scenes. Like, wait, how'd you go from this to then zip down?
Like
It's like,
bra showing, booba
Yeah.
out. Like,
yeah, so they cut
don't-
that out because that scene does drag a little too much. So I get it,
Yeah.
but they could have shortened the scene up instead of taking it all the way out.
Sure. I agree.
I thought bringing the girls out was just her way of like battle crying or some shit. I don't know.
Well, the alien creatures were
That's what I do
literally
when I
saying,
go fighting.
"You're-
I pull my
you're
balls out.
human. I don't want anything to
A
do
sign
with
of dominance.
you." Yeah.
Yes.
Balls, booba, you whip it out.
Well, that was part of the distraction. She pulled it down. She's like, "Computer, close the door," and it squished them down and killed them both. So she saved everybody's lives by doing a little strip show.
Booba saved lives.
They do.
If you can. If
Yeah.
you can, if you try hard enough.
It's
But
mental
Kevin, keep
health
it
day.
zipped up.
Sorry. I'm on SSRIs. It doesn't fucking matter. Anyway. Oh shit.
All
All
right.
right.
Let's
Do
hit it if you got anything.
I mean, I don't. I made the slide. I made the slide. Like, what's not to love about that motherfucker? Look how beautiful he looks.
He looks like
Just
he'd be a
instant
great villain
creation.
for the Turtles.
His voice is so good. I
Yeah.
don't even know who the voice actor is.
No,
You
it
know off
was
the
the
top of your
actual
head?
actor who played him. They modulated it a little bit. Who was that again? Robin Sachs.
I knew who he was last night because I looked it up and I cannot remember now.
Oh, he passed away in 2013.
Yep. And he was in Babylon 5, The Lost World Jurassic Park from 97, and the Mass
Ah,
Effect
yes.
game was one of the last things he did. Mass Effect 3.
His aesthetic was so cool. It reminded me, and this was only like after the fact, right? Because Bug's Life came out later, like probably right after this.
I think
But
so.
the Bug's Life bad guy, the cricket, grasshopper,
Hopper.
obviously.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me a similar vibe. But obviously this was so impressive in the movie experience. Like even his eyeballs, the contacts, because I know there's a little this, little that with practical and CGI with these characters. I don't know how much of which is what because it's done so well. It had me scrutinizing and like really just like squinting, going, is this real? Is this CGI? I don't know. But that's kind of like a testament to how well the CGI, even in most recent watches that I've had of this movie, it holds up so well. The skin, the texture, it looks moist. I know some people don't like that word moist. But like the way that his wingy bits like flare up, kind of like
yeah.
a grasshopper. They're like grasshopper aliens on crack. And it's very impressive. Like, forgot pirate grasshopper aliens on crack because it's got the eye patch and the earrings and whatever, and they just take whatever they want. But this was one of the most impressive villains that I've seen. Probably more impressive than the villains that I've seen in actual Star Trek movies.
Yeah.
he looks so menacing. He does have a sense of humor about him too.
Yeah.
Kind of twisted, of course, because that's the best villain. They take yours and they twist it and they manipulate it to humiliate you, and also the cruelty that this character is willing to inflict on innocence. Oh, the vengeance vibes. I'm like, the flames are licking my face. You hate this guy.
Oh, yeah. And his death scene is like the exclamation point on it all. It goes out like a little fizzle.
Oh,
It's great.
but he's got my favorite line though, telling Tim Allen, explain it to him as you would a child. And I'm like, oh,
that was heartbreaking.
that scene
was-
hurts.
Yeah.
Because that
That scene
alien
hurt
species
so
didn't know
bad.
what lying was or acting was. So they were
Mhm.
children. And he knew that the human actors were at a level that the others that were blindly like copying this culture that they watched in the historical documents. Oh, that was heartbreaking. And then it just and so like when the commander of the alien species, the guy from Just Shoot Me, I can't remember his name, but explain it to him as if he were a child, and he knew he was letting him down, and that truth was going to break down their entire society that they had built based on the historical documents. And
Wow.
Tim Allen
Yeah.
had to tell him the truth. I love the correction though, because that alien species is so wholesome and wanting to believe. They're like, you deceived him.
That was a great deception, Commander.
It was so beautiful. And so they got to preserve this beautiful alien species with their wholesomeness. And honestly, I forget that they look like the squid people because they
Yeah.
show the no people so often. But that scene in particular was super heartbreaking, where their alien commander was in the chair and he's like, you've done more damage to this species by lying to them, by just being actors in a faraway place, than I could ever do. He's so he's like Joffrey in Game
Oh,
of
yeah.
Thrones level of hate. Like, I hate this guy, but also he looks great.
Kevin, that's like Draco Malfoy for a little bit of a correlation. He has not watched Game of Thrones,
Oh.
so
Oh,
Oh,
No, I
the
would-
wormy little albino kid.
I would not say Draco is worthy of as much hate as Joffrey.
no, but like similar kind of like look and kind of assholiness. But
Yeah, I know who you're
Joffrey is like
talking about.
100 times worse. So, and true evil. He doesn't have any sort of redemption arc at the end. He just dies.
Doesn't he get his throat cut
Yeah,
or
I
some
think
shit?
he's a cool looking villain. He's a cool guy to hate.
Yeah.
They did a great job as like making a villain that you can kind of like appreciate for what he is, but also you hate him.
Your heroes are only as good as the villains, or the villains are only as good as your heroes, and they did a great job in Galaxy Quest.
Indeed.
And I don't got anything bad to say about this other than I wish it did a little bit better at the box office, but it did what it did. And it's a success. It's had a great run through the years, and I'm super happy to call this one of my absolute favorite movies. I adored it back then. I adore it now. This is one of those movies that every time I watch it just puts a smile on my face. So I got nothing really bad to say about this movie. Nothing. Kevin, you playing music?
It just started playing Suicide Blonde. Yes.
All right.
Yep.
You got anything?
Anyway.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
Nope. I have judgments.
All right, Kevin, let's hear your judgment.
I totally would. That Judgment. 10. This is a perfect movie. This is up there. Missy Pile appreciation post. This is a perfect flick. Like, there's only a handful of movies that come out per generation where you're just kind of like that was the bee's knees. Moxie mentioned Clue. I talk about The Princess Bride all the time. This would be another one. Absolutely a perfect film where you are always happy when it's on. You do sit and stop channel surfing when you find it on no matter where it's at. And you're just, it's a good time. You're never unhappy with it. You're always laughing. You're always smiling. You're never bored watching this movie. It is a good popcorn flick. It's a good hang out with somebody flick, whether you've watched it a million times before or you're showing somebody new for the first time. It's a special movie.
Absolutely. And I think it's a brilliant movie. It's exceedingly well written, great casting, great directing, great visual effects. Like, all around, this is one of the best put together movies from 1999. And there were some other good movies that came out this year. This one stands out for me, and it came out around Christmas time. So, like, I would have invested in probably putting this around like April, May instead. But
June,
who
baby.
knows if it would have survived like the year 2000 with the summer blockbusters that were coming out at that time, or even earlier in 99. Might not have worked out so well, but I'm super happy with it. I would actually give this a 9.5 out of 10, if not a 10. And you know what,
Same.
screw it, I'm giving it a 10. It's one of my favorite movies.
Same. I can't cut it up at all. I think it's amazing. It's fun. It was a great way to transition. Like, before anything like the Orville came out, this was new. This
This
was a
was
new
it.
take. This was a new fresh version. And before it got to be kind of like, oh, it's been done. This was it. This was the callback to reviving the sci-fi of, decades past and making it relevant again. And that was a really cool thing to bridge the gap between the older Star Trek type of crowd to the
Yeah.
modern crowd. It was a really cool way to make something that no one's ever done before. And now everything is, well, now Galaxy Quest did it, and then the Orville did it. So I don't know if any other project going forward will have as much impact as this did in the time that it was made. This was great. It holds up. The CGI, the practical effects, like all of it, the star cast, like, we will not get this experience again.
Yeah, very well said. And any other thoughts before we head on out tonight? Anybody?
I got nothing.
I think something that we didn't necessarily touch on enough is the nerds behind the
yeah, we could
scenes
do
and
that.
supporting the fans that go to the cons, and they felt dejected by what, Tim Allen's character was feeling at the time, and they're like, oh, he's being very dismissive of me, and they felt disenfranchised. And the main nerd character, the Mac guy,
Justin Long, yeah.
he was feeling real sad and all that stuff. And then they swapped communicators at the con, and his imagination and his passion was immediately revived, and he got his whole squad together. They got on Discord or TeamSpeak or whatever,
Yeah.
and they were gonna find a plan to fix it because they believed. And I love that imaginative spirit amongst the nerds. And you have setbacks, you feel insecure, you as one of the nerd people, like, that would be a moment where your hero just dismisses you, and it could be debilitating. But I loved how quickly they bounced back and they worked together. I also loved how his parents were like, well, at least he's outside.
With all the
They
fireworks. Dinner's at
all the
7.
fireworks. He's got his arms full. And he's being totally honest and
Yep.
transparent to his parents about, like, all the things that are happening, and they need a place to land and blah, 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 blah. Okay, have fun.
Dinner's
I-
at 7.
Right. There were so many layers to this movie, and
Yeah.
I love the heroes of the film. I love the aliens of the film, even the villain of the film, but also I love that core family at home. Like this is just
Yeah.
normal day-to-day life and how they incorporated that in, and the fandom really was able to make a difference, and that was a really cool like bring fantasy to life component um that made it extra fun versus just
Yeah.
watching the film. It's like, yay, the nerds get to play a part in a story that it's like, I don't know, never ending story esque. Like you're stepping into the story and you get to be a part of something that's been
Yeah.
part of your life, and it's labeled you this big nerd reject loser, but now you're actually doing something. So you get this hero moment from not just the characters that are supposed to be the heroes, but you get the hero moment from the fandom that gets to play a part in their own version of the story. And it's great. There's so many redemptive qualities and components for every character, and I love that the most. I think redemption arcs, you know, everyone hits their lows, and then you see this like fix all like solution. I
Everybody
love
gets the
a happy
uplifting
ending.
moment.
Yes,
Mhm.
they all get that. And Tech Sergeant Chen gets the girl with all the squiddy bits. A little questionable. Uh, Guy, he gets his redemption. He becomes part of the crew, and he's at the end in his own like intro.
Guy
Like
Fligman.
everyone gets their redemption story in this, and it's such a feel good movie. I love it.
Yeah, that is a great aspect of the movie. And then the realization, like, yes, we know it's a freaking TV show, and yes, I know it's fake, but this is what we love. This is what we put our passion in. Everybody's got that little thing they like to focus on that presents creativity as an option and engages them. We all got it, whether it's a movie or TV or writing, anime, manga. It could be freaking knitting, weaving. I don't care, pottery. It This is what engaged these kids, and I related to that. That's what pulled you into the movie. Well, at least for me back then when I first saw it, because I was a total like science fiction geek. I'm all about space and science fiction stuff like that, and this was my introduction to Justin Long, if I remember correctly. It was either this or Jeepers Creepers. Um, but I thought he was fantastic. And to your point, like them getting that moment at the end was like they get to actually be part of the story. And that was a really cool touch. Whether the actual lights actually helped him or not is a total other question. I
Right.
have my doubts
In
because
the
who was
daytime.
steering at the time?
In the
It was,
daytime.
it was Tommy Weber, who just learned how to drive a spaceship.
Tommy Weber's screams also cracked me up. So Guy and Tommy's screams in the movie just are like, those are two moments where I'm just like dying. It's
Yeah, when he
hilarious.
hurt his arm and then he's getting picked up and carried off, it's like, oh my god.
Kicking his feet like a child.
Yes. Yeah, but on that note, as far as like the fans, like they each had their little niche version of like what they were honed in on as like super nerds, but they came together like the Voltron of like nerds. Okay, what do you know about
Love
this
that
system? What
metaphor.
do you know about that? And this and that, whatever. They pulled it together to help the actual crew. Even if it sounded so crazy, they were willing to believe and apply their nerd knowledge to make it happen. It was a really cool moment. The movie's great.
Movie is awesome. Kevin, you got any other thoughts?
Justin Long's best movie is Zach and Mary Make a Porno.
I've never
Otherwise,
seen
no.
that one. Is
Oh
that a Kevin Smith movie?
yes,
Okay.
it's fucking delightful.
You know me, I'm not a big Kevin Smith fan.
Oh God, that is.
I like Mallrats and Dogma. That's about where I fall on that scale.
Then you'd probably like this.
Okay.
Yeah, it's yeah. But he plays a porn star in Zach and
Oh,
Mary Make
God.
a Porno, and he's
I don't need that
fucking
image in my head after Dodgeball.
no, he's just so amazing. she's no, just go see it. Just see the movie. It's fucking amazing.
All right. Well, before we say goodnight to everybody, Moxie, you want to let everybody know where they can find you and anything you got coming up next?
Currently, I mean, you can find me at MoxieDame on YouTube. I'm also on Rumble, and I stream to X when I do lives. Currently, I'm just doing Mondays, Saucy Rabble. Usually, it's a one-on-one with a guest and co-host. We talk about newsy bits and just get kind of silly. Um, yeah, I don't have anything else really lined up right now. So next Monday, probably a Saucy Rabble.
All right. And Kevin.
You can catch us all throughout the week. Thursday night, you can catch Jeff with our pal Steve Skeeter on the Stargate Files. Every Friday night, or excuse me, every other Friday night, you can catch Jeff and I here on the Nostalgia TV. I had to think about what our schedule was. Right now, we're working on, actually, Steve's going to be here with us again this Friday. He's going to join us for our closer of Sequest DSV, season 1, which is so very much like watching the original Star Trek. It is every bit as campy as that shit was.
If not campier at times.
Yeah, sometimes because they have Game Boy or a dolphin using Game Boy voice. It's awful. I mean that so very literally, but it's also cool because it's just like Star Trek, and you're just like, fuck, I really can't dislike this. Like, it's well casted, it's okay acted ish. It's just not well written.
Okay acted. I watched Stargate when it was coming out at the time, mid-90s. Is it Devon Sawa? Was that his name?
Devon Sawa?
A blonde kid.
Oh,
He
Jonathan
was so
Brandis.
hunky. He was an older man for me at the time.
Jonathan
He
Brandis was in
unalived
Sequest,
himself, right? Devon Sawa from Seagate?
Devon's still alive.
Wait,
You're talking
Devon is still
Jonathan
with us.
Brandis.
oh, okay. He
Yeah.
was a Never-Ending Story too.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember watching that at the time. Very fun show. Honestly, I haven't revisited it since it was airing weekly.
Yeah.
Would you recommend?
Season 1, maybe.
Really?
He's got an episode with Seth Green that's okay. I liked it.
Yep.
And,
Young Seth Green. It's like, oh my God, before Buffy.
Oh, wow.
Well, I was sitting there watching it and I started giggling like, beep, beep, Richie. Because they were in it together. And yeah, they were really good friends.
Yeah.
So there's a few people that are on Sequest that are like, oh, Jonathan's friends, come on in. Sure, put on a costume.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's led by Roy Scheider, so can't go wrong with him until they made him a bad guy in season 3. So
yeah, I won't watch that shit.
Yeah, we're not going that far with the show. But
season 1.
Just season 1, because it's actually
Okay.
pretty wholesome, and they do PSAs at the end of each episode like an old cartoon.
Yeah, and it's cheesy as fuck.
They're terrible, but they actually mean well with the message that they're trying to put out.
Oh yeah, like it's all Oceanographic Institute type shit, and you're like, okay, that is interesting.
Save the whales.
Like sinkholes are a real thing and stuff like that.
No, we were just talking about the
Propaganda.
Bermuda Triangle, but yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. And don't forget, Deadwire Live on Saturday is episode 100. That's where we talk about headlines from the week, horror, science fiction, and a bit of pop culture. So Kevin has a good old time throwing the headlines together. There's not a whole lot going on recently, but there's always fun to be had.
Yeah. I can't say nobody died this week. There was like 4 or 5 obits, but other than that, yeah, there was not a whole lot positive in the news this last week. So we just had a good time and laughed about other things.
Pretty
or
much.
we come up with games.
Yep, and amuse ourselves and give each other hell. And on that note, thank you everybody for tuning in to 0 Point Reviews. Please go check out our friend MoxieDame. Subscribe to her channel if you can check out her content. She's got some good, fun stuff to check out and always a good time to check her out for Saucy Rabble and everything else she does. So thank you for joining us, Moxie.
Thanks
And
for
thank
having me
you.
back.
Absolutely. We'll get you back again sometime. Thank you, everybody else, for checking us out. We'll see you all next time.
Get out.